Hey, it's Mike at the Mike Weatherford Show. I got something to talk to you about. These cold, dreary winter nights. Are you looking for something to do? Hey, have I got the place to go? One of my sponsors, Paris Station, right here in downtown Paris, that's your go-to place. They've got it going. They've got food, they've got beer, and hey, they got entertainment. From dog races to concerts. For that Saturday night that you ain't got nothing to do, or middle of the week, and you say, hey, let's go do something, honey. You know, you got to please the wife. Do like I do. Get in the car, tool on down to Paris Station, and when you get there, hey, tell them Mike sent you. Hey, folks, what does barber, hairdresser, first lady of hunting, and Knight Hale Game Calls have in common? Hey, we got something exciting tonight. We got a great show coming. We're going to find out what it's like to be from a small town but make it big time. I've got Harold Knight from Knight Hale Game Calls and the first lady of hunting, Miss Brenda Valentine, and we're going to get down to the facts of how in the world can barbers, hairdressers, and hunting, how does that go together? Hey, we'll be right back and tell you. Before I go, I got a special day to talk to y'all about. Today is my youngest girl's birthday. That's right. No matter how old she gets, Jessica, that's my baby girl. She's 39. She's going to kill me. And that's okay, but she's still daddy's little girl. Hey, I love you. Happy birthday, Jessica. We'll be right back.
The Mike Weatherford Show is proud to announce we are now officially powered by TEC. If their fiber optic internet service can handle everything we throw at it here in the studio, from videos to calls and live streams, you better believe they can handle your home or business too. If speed, stability, and service is important to you, you can count on TEC. Thanks, TEC. Now let's get to the show.
Recorded live in the studios of Brewer Street Mafia. This is a Red Dog Bread production.
And now, your number one rated show, The Mike Weatherford Show. Here's your host, Mike Weatherford.
Hey, welcome back, man. Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Weatherford Show. Like I said earlier, we got a great show tonight. We're going to be talking with Harold Knight from Knight Hale Game Calls. That is the OG, original, when it comes to game calls. Guarantee you, if anybody hunts, you've had a Knight Hale in your hand, or you still own one. There's been people at the studio tonight bringing game calls in here that was 30, 40 years old, and Harold was signing them. It's just been amazing. And who don't know Miss Brenda Valentine? So, hey, we got a great show tonight. We're going to talk about the old times with my good buddy sitting to my left, always here with me when I need him, my good friend Ricky Price. Welcome to the show, Ricky.
Mike, it's always great, man. It's going to be a great show tonight.
It's going to be fun, ain't it?
If you ain't got your turkey call out tonight, go in there and get it and start calling it.
Well, I thought we was getting overrun with turkey and geese a while ago.
Well, I'll tell you, I did. I'm telling you.
I reached for my gun, but I said, that's just Harold blowing.
Well, that's it. But it's going to be a good night.
When you hear the pros, that's pretty good stuff.
That's right, man. That's what you're talking about tonight.
Ready to get on with it?
Let's get on with the show tonight.
All righty. Well, I'm sitting here tonight, like I said, my good friends, all my friends now. Once I meet you after about 3 minutes, I think you're my friend. You know, they may have a different opinion. But anyway, no particular order, but ladies first. I want to introduce to y'all the first lady of hunting, Miss Brenda Valentine. Welcome to the show, Brenda. How are you doing, girl?
Thank you, Mike. I'm doing wonderful. Doing
Glad
great.
to see you.
Appreciate getting to be here, yeah.
Yeah, I guess there's a little reminiscing going on out there tonight in the green room, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Me and Harold got a lot of old stories.
I imagine y'all do. Hey, I appreciate you coming in with me, girl.
Thank you. Appreciate getting to be here.
All right. And also, out of a little town called Cadiz, Kentucky, which is right up the road, like we say in the South, it's over yonder, my good friend, Mr. Harold Knight. Welcome to the show, Harold.
Mike, it's a pleasure to get to be here.
How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing good. You know, I've been blessed with good health, and the good Lord blessed me to get to hunt and fish about every day. I've been on Kentucky Lake most all day today fishing.
Wow.
And if nothing don't happen, the Lord's willing, I'm going to be duck hunting in the morning.
Well, what did you think about the people coming in here tonight bringing them game calls, Harold? Did you see some old ones in here?
I did. I saw some old calls, and I'm going to tell you something. I saw some people could blow them old calls. I was impressed with that. They did. Some of these guys can put me to shame.
No,
I'll put it that
I don't
way.
know about it. But you come from a little old town called Cadiz, Kentucky. That's just right up there in the LBL Golden Pond area.
That's
correct?
right. I was born and raised in Land Between the Lakes. And I lived there till I was 20 years old and had to move out. Wasn't no choice. You know, they moved me out. But anyway, I did get to live there 20 years, and I really enjoyed that.
What good community was you in up there?
Well, I was in around the Golden Pond community.
Right.
Yeah. But like I say, I lived there 20 years, and 20 years, that's 20 years that I'll never forget because it was a cherish that.
Oh, yeah. That was back in the good old days, if we
Back
ever
in
had
the
any.
good old days, yep.
Is that where you learned to hunt and fish and all
I
that?
learned a lot after. I was going to school, Mike, and didn't even know it. I really was. I hunted a lot, and fished a lot.
Yeah.
And still do, but I learned a lot of things, and I thought I knew how to hunt. And after I got to hunting with a lot of people and knew a lot more than I did, I found out I didn't know nothing. But anyway, I trial and error teaches you a lot.
Right.
And this will be the 70th year I've turkey hunted.
Wow. There's a picture of you right there with a turkey.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's back in the early 70s.
Right.
And that's back before my hair turned white and turned loose.
I can feel your pain, brother.
Yeah, that old 870 shotgun there. I retired that. I think I killed about 250 turkeys with it, and I retired it years and years ago because it got to kicking me so much. But anyway, I remember that old gun.
That looked like a bird or like a dinosaur. He's huge.
Well,
is that just picture making it look that way?
That was an LBL turkey. The LBL turkeys was a big turkey.
Right.
And it's probably a 18, 20-pound turkey.
Right. But he looks huge in that picture, don't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
It looks great. And there's one. When was this taken?
That was one of the first pictures I ever took of a wild turkey that I killed. That was in 1964.
We had turkey here then in LBL?
We had our first season, modern day season in Kentucky was in 1960.
Right.
And I remember hunting that just like it was yesterday. And I was fortunate enough to kill a turkey. I was 16 years old, and I don't mind, mind all to tell it, but I had a little experience before the first season ever came in, because a lot of the old timers over, I'd get with them and talk to them and pick their brain about how to turkey hunt, and I didn't know much, but I learned a little bit, and I learned enough to know I killed a turkey in the first season.
Was they native? Wasn't they turkey?
Absolutely.
Right.
The turkeys had been there ever since man, I guess.
Right.
Now, they did reintroduce a new breed, some new blood in there from Mississippi and Missouri.
Right.
And it did help the turkeys, they flourished. I mean, they really did good.
Wow. So you hadn't always been the Harold Knight of Knight Hale Game Calls. You was just a regular guy that lived in LBL and hunted and fished, and a lot of that hunting was probably just to eat, put food on the table.
Well, it was. I like to squirrel hunt. I love to squirrel hunt. And I tell a lot of these young kids, they want to know how to be a good deer hunter or a good turkey hunter. I say, be a good squirrel hunter. Learn how to squirrel hunt, and that'll help you learn to be a good deer and a good turkey hunter.
That's true.
Yeah, but I squirrel hunted a lot in my younger years, and I still squirrel hunt. I went squirrel hunting about 2 weeks ago with a dog, and I loved it.
That's fun right there.
It really is.
You have a fast dog?
I tried a mountain. There's
Mountain cur?
A little mountain fast.
Oh, mountain fast. Them good, man.
Yeah.
I had a dog when I was a kid. If you went out in the field, he'd hunt you a rabbit. If you went in the woods, he'd hunt you a squirrel. That dog was smarter than I was because I didn't know which way I was going to hunt. I just figured, he wanted in the woods, we'll go squirrel hunting today.
That's the kind of dog I like, brother.
But you was a barber.
I was a barber. I started, when I got out of barber school, I went to work in Cadiz, Kentucky, and I worked for 22 years as a barber. But in the meantime, I was making game calls. And, it's hard to comprehend that he's going to make a living out of that. And I didn't have no earthly idea that I was. That's where a lot of...
Where did you get the idea to make the first? Well, I've heard all kind of rumors, Harold, of what the first game call was. It a duck or a turkey call?
It was a turkey call.
How did you make? Where did you even get the idea to make it?
Well, you know, back when I first started turkey hunting, there wasn't very many people making turkey calls.
Right.
It wasn't. You didn't have much choice. And I'd heard about different latexes you could blow on and make a turkey sound. And I used to take a peach leaf or a little honeysuckle leaf and blow it and make a sound. And so I decided to get a piece of latex rubber and stretch over a pill bottle or a piece of PVC pipe and make a call. And I was making them. I wasn't making them to sell. I was making them to use, you know.
To hunt.
But I gave David Hale one, who was my partner,
Right.
but he wasn't then. I just gave him one. He was a friend, you know. I used
Cut his hair.
Yeah. He had one around his neck and laying between the legs, and he came out of the woods, and there's a guy parked there, and he said, what do you got around your neck? And David told him, he said, well, this is a turkey call a friend of mine makes. He's a barber over at Katie's, and he'll be out of the woods here just in a minute. And
Wow.
I didn't. For some reason, you could hunt a half a day, and I tell you what, I didn't come out till my time was up that day. I was having a tough day. So I came out, and David was waiting. The guy had already left. He said, this guy wanted one of these calls. He saw mine. I said, did you get his name? He said, yeah. Where's he staying? He said, he's staying at Lake Barkley Lodge, which is not far from where I live. And so I went that night and met the guy, and I had no earthly idea who he was. Come find out he's contributed to the editor of Sportsfield magazine, which back in those days.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Well, yeah, you didn't have these social media and the television shows and all that then. Everything you did, Brenda, you wouldn't know how well, used to read magazines and couldn't wait till the Outdoor Life and Field and Stream and Sports and Field come out.
Yeah.
And he killed a turkey. I gave him a call, and the next day he killed one of 2 turkeys killed in the state of Kentucky.
With your call. Was it a diaphragm blow
No,
call?
Yeah, a little tube call.
Wow.
And so he told me, said, you know, I'm going to write a story on this. It'll come out. Of course, when they write stories, they usually come out a year, you know,
Later.
And it did. And he said, be expecting, because you're going to get a lot of orders. But no way I could comprehend that, you know, being a redneck
Barber.
Nobody wants one of these calls. The story came out, feature article in Sportsfield magazine. I got literally hundreds and hundreds of orders. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready for this. So I was trying to fill some of these orders, and I run into David Hale. I said, man, I need help. How about you helping me? And that's what started Knight Hale right there.
Wow.
And, you know, we had a big goal. Our goal was to make enough money to go to Missouri turkey hunting. That was our goal.
Wow.
So we had a big goal, you know. And
That's you and
that's David. David and I have been partners for 50 plus years. And when you pick a partner for 50 plus years, they're still your best friend.
It's lucky.
You picked a good partner.
You darn right.
Yeah.
Darn right.
Yeah.
So that was just something you made for you and your friends to kill turkey.
That's right.
And the good Lord blessed you by the guy from Field and Stream magazine.
Outdoor Life.
Excuse me.
Sports and Field.
Sports Field.
Yeah. That was the big 3.
Yeah,
you know?
he just happened to be coming out of the woods hunting.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, what's the odds
The
of
good
that?
Lord was looking after me. I can tell you that.
Yeah, he
That's what
takes you're
done.
idiots and drunks, and I don't drink, so that tells you where I'm at.
Yeah.
But wow, what? How can that? Think about look back on that, how lucky and how blessed you was for that to happen.
That's exactly right. You know, I don't know why it happened, but it did.
Right.
And, you know, when you get the opportunity to do something, you know, the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah.
And we did work hard at it.
How did you build all them calls? By hand?
Well, in the beginning, it wasn't that many, you know.
Yeah.
In latter years, we sold up in the millions, you
Yeah.
know. But when we first started, of course, you just very few, and
you got to walk before you run, but still, you got to. If you got an order of 100, that ain't.
Oh, that's
you didn't
good.
have a mass production line set up. I mean, it took you a while to build a call. What did you sell your first ones for? How much? You even remember that?
About $5, something like that. But the first calls that I ever sold in my life to a commercial business was right here in Paris, Tennessee. Bill Dyer.
Uncle Lee's.
Uncle Lee's. I love Bill Dyer and Jerry Richardson. They was great people.
They put your product in shelf.
And they did, and I'll never forget that. And
wow.
And that spun off to Bill's sister, who married Tommy Snow at Uncle Lee's store in Paducah, Kentucky.
Yeah.
And he bought calls. And, you have to start.
You got to. Wow.
Yeah, and
so you got a connection to Paris.
Sure.
So when I called you, I got a hold of you. You and I, your brother has been on here.
Yeah.
And your nephew. And they said, no, Knight Hale. And I said, man, I've used their calls my entire life. And I'm an old man. And so you and I got in contact, and you said, yeah, I'll come on. I said, well, Brenda's going to come too.
Well,
and
I'm going to tell you something. You got somebody on the show with me who's one of my favorite people, Brenda Valentine. I've told people this. She's not only the best woman hunter I ever been around, she's one of the best hunters, period. This woman can hunt. She's a great outdoorsman. I'm going to tell you that. And
he loves it.
I run into people. I'm around a lot of hunters.
Yeah.
A lot of people hunt. And a lot of them are fakes.
Yeah.
Brenda Valentine is for real.
The real deal.
Real deal.
Brenda, you remember the first time you met Harold?
I don't know if I do or not. It's been so long.
Well, you got to remember something about your early meeting Harold. Had you heard of his calls before you met him?
Well, that was the only call company I did know about. I mean,
me too. I didn't know there was anybody else.
They were basically local, and I didn't know there was any other calls.
That's right.
But,
so you and Harold ended up becoming friends, I'm sure.
Yes,
on
we
the
did.
circuit together.
Yes, we
Tell me
did.
a little bit about y'all where you came in, and Harold was a barber,
mm-hmm.
and you used to cut hair in this building.
When I walked in, I mean, I could just echo. I could see everybody on the other side over there. Yes, I had a vanity over in this corner,
wow.
And all the other ladies had pegboards and stuff with pictures taped to the mirrors of their grandkids or their friends or whatever. I had a cork board over there with everybody's big deer, and I had a fletching jig on my vanity with all the combs and the clippers and the blow dryers and stuff. And between customers, I'd be fletching my arrows up.
Wow.
And I invited, because I had a lot of male customers.
Right.
Everybody that wore camo would come to me to the beauty shop.
Sure.
And so, they could bring pictures of their deer and their turkey and stuff and put it on my mirror, and we would all admire and carry on about
that kind of, the connection with Paris was here before I ever called you. You would Bill Dyer. And the hair cutting, that is just, Ricky, that's got to be something right there when, both of y'all turn out to be world known. I call you OGs, the old original gangsters of hunting. And hair and Paris, both of y'all, this world's gotten smaller, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Think about that, how the connections
well,
here.
You think about it, both of us made our living talking to people. So we were already people.
Cutting hair, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you deal with every personality. And the hunting industry is like your industry, like the mechanics.
Yeah.
50% of it is dealing with the public.
That's the
and
hard
so
part,
we had that skill already behind us, and we liked to hunt, and we'd been hunting all our life. And the doors opened for both of us to make a living in the hunting industry. And I don't know if we had enough sense to walk in, but we didn't. We had enough sense that we figured we'd do that a while, and wasn't going to forget how to cut hair.
And you, in your area, you love to hunt. That's all y'all thought about was hunting.
Yeah.
Once y'all got, let's use the word famous, and got to well-known, did it turn into a job, or is it still hunting and fun?
Well, to me, it's still fun. I'll be honest with you.
Wow.
When I Mike and Ricky, I've heard probably, thousands and thousands of hunting stories.
Yeah.
And people, I go to these shows, they come up, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to listen to every one of them. when I don't want to hear somebody else's story, I'm going to just hang it up and stay at the house. But I love to hear turkey stories, deer stories, and it never gets old to me.
I seen y'all in there. We had quite a few people come up here that wanted to meet y'all both, and it was quite a few in there. A lot of people, really. I was hoping it wasn't. I hoping it wasn't too many for y'all, Harold. I said, "Oh man, I didn't want."
We loved it.
You don't know. We're used to.
I know. But y'all stood right there and
crowds.
talked to every one of them, and y'all both just stood right there and just. I could see the connection with them people in there. It was just amazing to watch y'all at work and smiles and all happy. Some guy asked if you started selling your calls to Uncle Lee's. We didn't answer that. My friend and your friend, Bob and Kathy, y'all, he's our friend. He appreciates both Harold and Brenda's contribution in the outdoor industry. You know Bob Kathy, right?
I know Bob well, a great person.
Yeah, he's a great friend. He's a great guy. He's one of my good friends.
Yeah.
And Ricky McGlynn said, "Tell Harold Stick is watching."
I know Stick well. Yes, sir.
I don't know these people.
I know him. Stick's one of them old Waverly, Tennessee, down there
On the river.
Yeah.
on the river there. He's a good hunter too.
Wow,
Great hunter.
And then I'm gonna butcher this name. You got to help me.
Okay.
Lavina and Hal said, "Hi, Aunt Brenda."
Okay, Lavinia is Barney's nephew, and Lavinia is from Romania.
Wow.
Romania. Oh.
And he is, we need to congratulate him. He has been a life military fella that has been on the lines for 40 years or so.
I want to thank you.
Yes, Harold Valentine.
Have y'all two hunted together?
Yeah,
We've been in the same camp a bunch, but they usually put us to guiding, and so we would take other people, but we've been in the same camps.
Right, so there's all kind of camp stories, what I'm getting at.
Well,
I want to hear some stuff.
I can tell you one story. I invited Brenda to my farm one time to hunt, and I never will forget. I remember Brenda coming by yourself. You didn't have to help her. And I was sitting up there, I believe in ATV. I was waiting, getting late in the evening, and I heard something go,
bow hunting. I said, that's Brenda's shot. Before I could get up to where she's at, she done had it field dressed, a real nice buck with a bow and kill. I didn't have to have field dress nothing. So I knew then that Brenda Valentine was for real.
The real deal.
I didn't know he was around. I thought, and when he said, "Well, I just come check on you," I thought, "Well, I appreciate it." Yeah, I didn't know.
I don't need you. Wow. So she already had it shot, field dress.
That's
How you
right.
doing, Harold?
Dragging her out.
Dragging her out.
Most of the time when I have people in hunting, you have to do all the work.
Yeah.
How well Brenda knows that.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
but
that really impressed you, didn't
that
it?
impressed me very much.
Oh, wow. Yeah. But so the hunting industry, it's still a big industry. I mean, it's huge. There's hunting shows all over. Y'all did y'all's deal with all that? Going to these shows and seminars and speaking and all that. You probably that had to get old, Harold, on the road all the time, selling the product.
Well, what got old to me probably more than anything, we did a television show for 25 years on the Outdoor Channel.
Yeah.
And the traveling part of it really got old. And, we just like I hunted turkeys for 65 straight days.
Wow.
And, you got somebody on their first day on my 50th day, and, it
gets old.
It gets a little old, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So how did it work, Brenda, in your industry as you was the first lady hunting? Did you guide people, or they just want to carry you out and let you hunt with cameramen? How did that work?
Well, yes and not really. I had a lot of sponsors. For about 3 years, I was hosting and co-hosting 6 TV shows at one time. Yeah. So had to come up with enough content for all of these shows. And Bass Pro, I was one of the co-hosts of that, and that was a year-round show, and we would, in the spring, it was turkey and bear and anything we could hunt in the spring, and then we'd start in the early summer, we'd start north and work south. So I might be in Alaska this week, and next week I'd be in Africa. So
wow.
And it was according to your sponsors. There was Gore-Tex. They wanted adventure stuff. They wanted to show their product of keeping you dry. We'd do duck hunts in the rain, or we'd be on a mountain in snow or whatever. Also, the National Wild Turkey Federation. I worked for them for 13 years, and we had a conservation show, and we also had a hunting show. So I was hosting one for a while and hosting the other one for a while. I was on the pro staff of Knight Hale for several years. Yes.
What does that involve, being on the pro staff? What Brenda?
Representing the product.
That's right.
Wow.
Riding for the brand.
That's right. And it felt so honored to have somebody like Brenda Valentine on our pro staff. I can tell you that.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah. And
so you started out with turkey calls.
I started out with turkey calls, and I guess the next call, it was the goose call.
Yeah.
I remember a friend of mine lived in Huntington, Tennessee, named Mike McLemore.
No, Mike well.
Mike was a good friend of mine, and Mike and I did things together. And Mike was a 3-time world champion duck caller.
Mm-hmm.
And I was blowing this tube goose call that I was coming up with, and I never had seen one before in my life. I built, I guess, the first one, and I was hunting with it. Mike said, "Dang, boy, that sounds good. You ought to think about entering the world goose calling contest." I said, "Mike, I ain't never heard of such." He said, it's on the Chesapeake Bay in Maryland. I said, "I don't even know where the Chesapeake Bay is."
I can't even find Maryland on the map.
But anyway, he got to telling me that you need to do that. So I did. I went. In 1979, I believe is when it was, they had, and I went to the Chesapeake Bay, went up there and hunted with some of the guys. I really enjoyed it. And, I had a call different. It was totally different. It was a little piece of latex rubber over a little tube. And I did not show a lot of people that before the contest, but in the contest, I won it going away,
Right.
And so I never will forget this young kid. He said, "Would you show me how to blow that?" And I said, "I'd love to show you how to blow it." He was one of the contestants in it. He was a good caller. And I showed him how to blow that tube call. I go back the next year to defend my title, and he beats me like a drum.
Well, your call.
Well, yeah. And since then, he's won it several times, I think. But anyway, that started us on the goose call. And, we didn't have any money to advertise. That, you got to advertise.
You sure
but,
do.
Money, we just didn't have it. So what we had to figure out is how to get free advertisement. And we figured out how to get outdoor writers and newspaper writers. And I got a guy to help me from right here in Greenfield, Tennessee, not very far from Paris here.
Up the road.
What's up?
And named Tommy Aiken. And Tommy Aiken was very instrumental in our success, helping us find the right people to write about us. We hunted with them. And not only that, the newspaper writers. You had back in the days, several years ago, the Sunday paper was a big thing.
Yeah.
I know we hunted with a guy in Detroit, the Detroit Free Press, Dave Ritchie, and when there's several million subscribers to that. And then
that's
we
where
had
the free come in. You had 2 million people got eyes on that newspaper.
Yeah, that's right.
Article.
And then we
that's
had
smart.
You had the guy from Dallas, Fort Worth, Bob Hood, and then you had I can just name lots of them around. We had the commercial appeal, Henry Reynolds at the time, and Mike Bowman down in Little Rock, But all these people we got to know, and Tommy introduced us to them, and we got to know them, and we get to calling it and inviting them up to hunt. We say, you're not obligated to do nothing. The only thing you obligated to do is have a good time.
Right. Kill a duck.
Yeah, rabbit or duck or squirrel or deer or turkey.
Kill something.
Yeah, and anyway,
that's good.
Anyway, that's really the way we got started in.
Wow.
In getting some free publicity.
So you wanted them people to see the product, hear the product, and go tell people about
That's
the product. That
absolutely
word of
right.
mouth still
That's
works
right.
today.
Yeah.
It does, Ricky. I
you
mean,
know, it's every day.
it's every.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
to see people that.
Yeah.
I like to see somebody talking up instead of down.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, to take a idea, I still can't get over this. You take an idea out of a barber shop, blowing across. I guess we're using the word latex, right?
That's a
A word.
big word, pretty
Okay.
easy. You know, back in
Common
those
word.
days-
Latex we use for
It's
a lot of things.
Common word. Okay.
Yeah, that was a lot of things.
yeah.
You
Common
use
word.
latex on. To take an idea, this is kind of unique. I mean, it's just American story right there. That's just American as you can get. To take a call that you blowing in a darn barbershop, and a guy comes out of the woods and sees that thing hanging around your buddy's neck and wants to know about it, and you give him one, he kills a turkey, writes an article, and you start getting calls. You couldn't write a book like that, Hurt. You couldn't write a book
It's
and
not
make
a
it sound
fairy tale. It's
Yeah.
it's a great story.
Let me tell you something. I give a lot of credit to God. I'm not joking.
Yes, sir.
He had a purpose there.
He did.
He did, and
Absolutely,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because the odds of that happening, Harold, is slim to none.
oh,
There's-
absolutely.
I tell everybody, for every good boxer, there's millions that didn't even get a chance, and for every game caller, there's a lot of them didn't get a chance. But you hit just right. The good Lord took care of you.
Well, timing was right because
Yeah. Nobody was doing it.
nobody was doing it back then.
What made you come up with that idea to blow through a tube?
Well, I was trying to find something better to call a turkey up with.
Right.
Because
I had box calls, didn't they?
I'm going to show you in a minute the first call that I ever used.
Wow.
An old man built me one, and it was just a real simple little piece of cedar and that you scrape on, and it was just simple as can be. And that's the only that's the first call I ever had that somebody built for me. I didn't have enough money to buy the old Gibson box call.
Right.
Like
Box call. I've still got mine.
the old Gibson was one of the old timey
Yeah.
calls, and if you got enough money now, I think one will sell for about $1,000 to $2,000 if you can get one at that.
Right.
But some of the old timey hunters that I knew had one.
Right.
They'd let me yip with it. And said, "Now you be careful, boy. Don't break that thing." You know.
Wow.
So.
And you said, I got to make something easier and better. Did you
trying to
make
make
diaphragm mouth call? Did y'all
I
ever
do,
make?
yeah.
Wow.
Yes, yeah.
Them thing right there, I never could blow one of them.
Well.
They gagged me. Just might as well just stick a darn pipe down
Well,
my
you
throat.
wouldn't quit talking, probably.
That's probably true. You got a point, brother.
You wouldn't quit talking,
By
Mike.
the way, the company that owns Knight Hale now has come out with a mouth call this year. They named it. I didn't, but they called it the barber cut. Of all things, I said, well, that's a pretty good name.
That is a good name.
Yeah. it's
But
called-
you later on, you worked it for years. You had a building down there in Cadiz where y'all assembled all your calls.
We did. We had about 25 people working, and we had a production company called Commonwealth Production. We had 3 or 4 people in there helping with do our videos. We sold a lot of videos.
Hunting videos.
Yeah, we did. We sell and we had doing our television.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed
That's got to
that.
be. Yeah. It's got to be great doing something you love to do. And I can tell by looking at you in the eyes, you really enjoy what you did. You really never worked a day in your life when you was doing what you wanted to do.
Well, I've heard that said, but I'm going to tell you something. I spent a lot of late nights, and when I was a barber, and Brenda can tell you this, that's hard work.
Yep.
Don't let anybody kid you. You hold up your arms all day. But I would go and start at 7 o'clock and it quit at 5. I'd go home, get me a little something to eat, come back and work to midnight on game calls.
Yeah.
And I did that till 1984. In 1984, David was a hog farmer and I was a barber, and we quit. Said we're going to quit and go full time.
Right.
Take a chance.
That was nervous, wasn't it?
It was. I'm going to tell you something. It's real nervous when you didn't want to make any money.
I've been there. I've made jumps like it.
But anyway, that we took a chance there in 1984, and it was tough a year or two. But that's back in the day. And Brenda, you can remember when the first deer calls came out. My gosh, those deer calls
was awful.
We knew then that was going to be a big market, and we wanted to be one of the first. And we was, and but again, there I go back. We didn't have any money. We need to make injection mold. Dave and I had to purchase a little piece of ground that we both loved next to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And we decided to sell that piece of ground to get enough money to make this injection mold.
Gotcha.
I remember at the sale, both of us cried a little bit when selling that piece of property.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, it worked out good. That was a good move we made. We could mass produce calls, you know, for the thousands instead of just a few, and that helped us get in the deer call business.
Speaking of deer calls, the first grunt call I ever blew, I thought it was me. Every time I blow it, deers run off.
You blow it the wrong way.
I bought one of theirs. I'm not going to say the name of the other company. Y'all's didn't. Y'all's was good.
Well,
yeah,
they'll all work sometimes, but not all times.
No, you're right. Nothing 100%.
Right.
But every time I blew this other brand, it was just absolutely junk. They'd run off every time. Hey, I got to take a commercial break. I got to pay the bill. When we get back, I want to hear some stories, and I want to see some pictures, and I want to see some of them the original game calls and stuff. And we gonna come back and finish. But my old friend Ricky has got us a giveaway tonight. Tell us what we got, Rick. Tell me what we got here, buddy.
Well, you know,
from Pepsi Mid-America, Ricky Price. Tell us what we got, bro.
We're going to give 4 tickets away to Murray State Racers and to LBL. There's 2 tickets to the planetarium.
Wow.
And if you haven't been to the planetarium, and what you can do when you get up there is run on down to Katie's for a minute and look around.
That's right.
And the history's there because the man is sitting right across the table.
That's exactly right. Hey, go down there, enjoy yourself.
That's right.
And what caller? Let's say the 5th caller, you get 4 tickets to Murray State Racers game, a pair of tickets to the planetarium. Where else can you go have so much fun? There they are right there. Hey, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to give these tickets away. We get right back. We're going to carry on the conversation. Harold Knight, Brenda Valentine, we're going to get some good stuff next. Watch it. We'll be right back. Hey, folks, it's Mike at the Mike Weatherford Show. I want to talk to you about something. During the holiday seasons, birthdays, anything, have you ever wondered, why am I doing this at my house, making the mess, and all these people tracking through my house? Paris Downtown Event Venue. It's right here next to the studio. That's your go-to place for all your parties, all your get-togethers, and just go have fun. That way you ain't got to clean the mess up at home. If you need that, call Jessica and talk to her about the Downtown Event Venue. Hey, it's your go-to place for all your party needs.
Chad Cox, PLLC, provides representation in the areas of criminal law, family law, personal injury, wills and probate law. Chad Cox serves Paris and the surrounding area. He does not believe in a one-size-fits-all approach to representing his clients. He reviews every detail of your case to ensure that you receive an assessment that is specific to the unique circumstances in your case. Chad Cox is located at 104 North Brewer Street, Paris, Tennessee. Contact us at 731-642-4446.
The Downtown Event Center is available for parties, meetings, or family get-togethers. The center comes with spacious seating, and an area that will help make serving food easier. If you are having a birthday party, this is definitely the place for you. The Downtown Event Center is located at 107 South Brewer Street. Contact Jessica at 731-642-4992 to make your reservation.
Is your tank on empty? For best gas prices in town, fill up at 54 Fuel Mart, 1213A Westwood Street. And don't forget your other tank. Grab hot fried chicken, wings, pizza, and on Tuesdays and Fridays, the best fried fish around. Got a sweet tooth? We've got freeze-dried candies, candy bars, and more. Rainy day? Stay dry and use our drive-up window. Farmers, we've got your dyed diesel plus parking for big rigs. Open 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. If you're feeling lucky, play the lottery or grab a scratch-off while you're here. 54 Fuel Mart at the Westwood Y. More than just fuel.
Are you still undecided about your high-speed internet provider? Hey, it's Mike from the Mike Weatherford Show. Let me help you off the fence. TEC high-speed internet is what we use here at the studio, and let me tell you, it's flawless. From home to business, TEC got you covered. With upload speeds that match download speed, TEC leads the pack. Does your family play online games? How about security cameras and live streamers in your home? TEC, with their upload speed matching their download speed, it's as fast as clicking a button. When it comes to high-speed fiber optic internet, TEC is unmatched with quality and service all across the Mid-South. So do like I did. Go get you some.
Hey everyone, this is Jeremy Buckaloo reminding you to tune in to Sportscast with Jeremy Buckaloo live every Sunday night at 7:30 here from the Brewer Street Mafia Studios.
Seen something strange you can't explain? Let's dive into the mystery together. Heard noises that just don't sound normal? You're not alone. Share your story with us. Join us Saturday, February 7th, 5 p.m., Golden Pond Distillery, Cadiz, Kentucky. Meet Martin Groves, retired cop and star of History Channel's Monster Quest. He's got wild tales to tell. Discover Martin's encounter with the legendary beast of LBL, a story that will chill your bones. Also hear Steve Causey, author of the LBL Massacre, unveil dark history and haunting stories. Meet others who've witnessed strange sights or unexplained sounds, all ready to share. Bring your story, whether spooky or strange. This is a judgment-free zone to be heard. Is it wise tales? Or is there truth behind these eerie encounters? You decide. Mark your calendars, bring a friend, and uncover the unknown. Ready to join us?
Hey, folks, don't forget, this is coming up. I did a show here about a LBL massacre that went on over there, and they said I don't believe it. And I said, I'm not saying I don't believe it. I mean, I just never seen anything like that. So I said, I'll tell you what, if there's anybody out there that has seen anything, we'll get them to come to the Golden Pond Distillery coming up February 7th, 5 p.m. So listen to me. If you've ever seen anything, if you've heard anything, you know, we want you to show up and tell it. They're trying to convince me. They said, Mike, you do know they didn't find the great apes till 1920s. So there's probably something out there. I said, well, okay, we'll get the people. I want you, my listening audience, Golden Pond Distillery, Cadiz, Kentucky, February the 7th, 5 p.m. There's going to be people there off the Discovery Channel. Martin Groves, he is a retired policeman that had a run-in with something over at LBL, and it got after him and another deputy over there while they was turkey hunting. And then Steve Causey, the author of the book, the LBL, Beast of LBL, he's going to be talking about his story. They're going to tell you a little bit about there, but it's going to be for you to come over, stand up, and tell what you've seen. These guys want to hear your story. I think it's to make me and Jimmy Smith from over at Golden Pond, I think they don't think we believe it. I didn't say I don't believe it, but there's stranger things went on. But I want you to show up February 7th, 5 p.m., Cadiz, Kentucky, Golden Pond Distillery. They've got a new liquor out just for this event. It's called the Beast Between the Rivers. It's a brand new liquor they're going to be having, just limited amounts of that. You need to show up and get your bottle of that because it's not going to ever be run again. They're going to tear up the recipe when it's over. So you need to show up February 7th, 5 p.m., Cadiz, Kentucky, and tell your story or listen to their story. Hey, you don't want to miss it. All right, next week I got a great show. Gary Wayne Sutton, if you recall, I did a show with him. It's been about 90 days ago. He is on death row here in Tennessee. He's scheduled to be executed in December of this year. And remember, I'm the first one to do an interview with him live from death row. His girlfriend, Carolyn Weaver, and others are going to be here. I don't know who all's going to be. I think it's family members. They've got something new coming out. They're trying to get this guy off of death row because they claim that, no, he didn't do all this stuff, and they've got evidence to it. And they've been to some courts. There's some things going on. So they asked me if would I do another show, just let them talk about what's happening. So I think Gary Wayne Sutton is on death row. We're going to have another conversation with him. You don't want to miss this show. What has changed? What are they doing? It's going to be a great show. You want to tune in. That's coming up next week, January 20th, 7 p.m., right here on the Mike Weatherford Show. Also, don't forget, coming up Sunday, January the 18th, you got Miami versus Indiana. Who will win it all? Will Jelks, Josh Greer, and co-host Kenneth Buckalow joins Jeremy on Sportscast Live with Jeremy Buckalow. Hey, this is going to be a great show. They're going to break down a national championship makeup. Who's going to win? Hey, tune in next Sunday, January 18th, 7:30 p.m. If you haven't done it yet, reach over there and find Sportscast Live with Jeremy Buckalow. He's another great show out of the Burr Street Mafia Kill Media Studios. You need to find him, follow him, keep up with him because he's got a lot of great shows. Also, over on the Tennessee Informer, Control by Design, Real ID. What will you need to know? Special guests Karen Bracken and Twyla Brace will be in here with the host, and they'll be talking about ID. What do you really know? That's coming up Monday, January 19th, 7 p.m. over at Tennessee Informer. Hey, I got another great idea. TEC, one of our sponsors. What you're watching me with right now, we use this product. I use all of my sponsors' products. Let me tell you something. TEC is the fastest fiber optic internet known to man. It's just a click of a button and you're right there. We use it here exclusively here at the studio. If you already signed up early, I'm going to tell you how to get free service. If you haven't got your friends, you haven't got your family or your neighbors, get them on because every time you sign somebody up, you get a free month of internet. Hey, where else can you get it? And there's no limit on how many you can get. If you're just signed up, get your neighbor, get your family to sign up, put your name in, and you get a free month, and there's no limit. So, hey, you can get a lot of free fiber optic, fastest speed internet from TEC. Go get you some and tell them Mike sent you. Don't forget Peddler Advantage. Hey, it's a great way to find out what's for sale, what's going on. The Peddler Advantage, they serve 9 counties for over 40 years. 35,000 papers go out. Hey, check this out. You can put a 20-word classified to run for 4 weeks for only $10. And guess what else? Every issue will have everything going on the Mike Weatherford Show, Tennessee Informer, Sportscast Live with Jeremy Buckalow. All of them from Paris, myparistv.com is listed. So go get yours today. Find it. And if you got anything you want to sell like Dana says I need to, there's a good place to list it. Hey, we're both simulcasting both on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. We're on all the major platforms. You can find us all over. Just go looking for us. Go to www.myparistv.com. Find out all the great shows that the Brewer Street Mafia and Kill Media has in store for you. Hey, I got a little bit of blast from the past. What's this? thank you for coming on the show. It means a lot to me to have somebody of your caliber, and you're well known, and just take a little time out of your life to come see an old country boy like me really means a lot to me. So I want to thank you.
You know, Mike, you've had some really top-notch guests. And I feel like you're beginning to scrape the bottom now. but you really have. I mean, I commend your show. It's so well put together, and some of the guests, and they represent so many different fields. I mean, you're not hung on the same thing. Every guest is different, and you're touching a lot of people, and you're doing a great job.
Well, I appreciate it. I couldn't do it with all the crew out here. I mean, look around. What do you think? That right there is me and Brenda. That's been a few years ago. When you've got a history now, Brenda.
Yeah, we do. I don't even know how long that has been. It's been a while.
It's been a while. That was the old studio. That was great.
Yes, it was.
That's great. Now, Harold, one day you and I will have some history like that.
Probably so.
That's exactly right. Hey, we've got a winner. Who have we got on the line that won these tickets? Hello.
Hey, this is Marie Trent.
Well, hey, congratulations. What do you think about our friends at Pepsi Mid-America and Ricky Price taking care of it?
That's pretty awesome.
It is. Have you ever been to Murray State game before?
I have not.
Wow, Ricky,
no, I'm looking forward to it.
She's into a surprise, ain't she?
That's right, and they're having a great year right now too.
It's going to be a great show. You've been to the planetarium over at LBL?
I have. It's been a long time though.
Well, you need to go back. We're going to be your vehicle to get you back. So we've got you tickets right here. We've got you took care of from Pepsi, Mid-America, and Ricky Price. What do you think?
I'm ready. Thank you.
You enjoying the show tonight? It's pretty interesting, ain't it?
I am. It's pretty cool.
It is cool.
I'm not a hunter, but my son is.
Hey, we all are hunters. We just didn't realize it. Hey, I appreciate you tuning in. I really do. What's your favorite talk show?
Mike Weatherford, you know
That's what I want to hear. I appreciate you. They'll tell you in the back how you pick up your tickets. Congratulations, Mary.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. The Brenda?
Yes, sir.
That show right there, I think it's been 4 years, 5 years. It's been a while. That's the old
don't
studio.
get me lying. I don't know.
The part you said, you've had some great guests on here, scraping the bottom barrel. No, I have not scraped. You're one of my favorites.
Well, I appreciate it.
But
Thank you.
like I said, when we was on commercial break there, I said, hey, you just got to jump in. We're just sitting around a table like you would be at a hunting lodge, and everybody's talking. There's 4 or 5 conversations going on at the same time. So
but at the hunting lodge, it's all lies. And see, we're getting a bunch of truths here.
Well, I don't know. Me and Ricky ain't really started yet.
No, we're going to leave it.
Let me roll my breeches.
It'll get awful deep when you get this one out.
If you've been around many hunting camps, we can all lie with the best of them, can't we? Like the time I caught a fish, it was so big. When I pulled him out, the water level went down 4 inches.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big fish.
That's a good one.
That was. That the story goes back to a guy dropped his lantern. He was fishing with a Coleman lantern, fell off the front of his boat, went to the bottom. He was a big braggart. You know how them are, Harold. You met him. He said, well, man, he said, I went back the next day, fished around, and pulled my lantern back out. He said, really? That's good. Yeah, and it was still burning. And that guy said, wow. He said, yeah. He said, just like me the other day. He said, when I caught a fish so big, when I pulled him out of the water, he said the water level went down 4 inches. That guy said, do you expect me to believe that? He said, well, if you blow your lantern out, I'll take a little weight off my fish.
Oh, we're going to have fun on this Saturday. I'm going to tell you, Harold's got all these calls laid out here, and he's got stories on all of them. But he tells a story that just gets me every time. All right, Harold, tell me about you going out to eat the other day.
Well, that's been a few years ago.
Well,
but, I went to Hopkinsville, Kentucky to buy me a set of tars. And
the big town.
Yeah, big town.
Uptown.
And so I go up and get these tars. I told the guy, I said, I want them old used tars. I put them back in my truck, and I did. I lifted them, put them in the back of the truck. And it's already past lunchtime, and I looked, and there's a sign there that said, 2 cheeseburgers and all the fried and a drink for so much money at McDonald's.
Right.
So I pull in there and get out, go in, order me 2 cheeseburgers and order a fried and a drink. I laid them on the table, and I looked at my hands as, dirty. So I go in the bathroom and wash my hands. I come out, and there's a guy about the size of Ricky there with a pair of coveralls on eating one of my cheeseburgers. I said, Dad, blame, man. I said, I just thought, I didn't say anything. I just looked at him. I gave him a hard look. Yeah. He looked at me. He already had ketchup on the French fries, and
he was ready.
So I said, you ain't getting both of them. I picked the other up and started eating it, and it almost choked. He had my drink, so I just took the lid off of it instead of drinking out of the straw, and I took a big drink of it. He sat there and chewed on it a time or two, and he got up and left. I was mad. I said, that beats all I've ever seen. You come in a dang blame place and somebody eats your food. So I went to my truck and had my think. I left my keys on the table. I went back to get my keys. It wasn't there. I looked the next table. There's my 2 cheeseburger and drink and keys.
You went to the wrong table.
I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, that guy's got a hell of a story to tell.
You took his food out.
I guarantee you, if that's a true story, that man's got a hell of a story to tell. You know he's telling one.
It's got to be true. I've heard it 100 times, and it's the same every time.
You know, that can happen. But that guy.
It's wanting to push you back.
Oh, my God.
And at that time, Dave and I had a show right before the news on that station.
Yeah.
And I can see that guy now. Says, "There's the SOB."
He might make a good darn call, but he ain't worth a damn when it comes to McDonald's, brother. Now you go back just a little bit. I know you got these calls. We got time, but your brother and your nephew own Golden Pond Distillery. You heard me talking about that a while ago.
Yeah.
Now, how come you got into game calls and you never got into liquor?
Well, I always thought liquor was made to sell, not to drink.
Okay. Why didn't you ever sell any?
Well, I'm not going to say I hadn't sold any, but I know lots of people had.
I know you do.
It was a way of life back in those days.
It was a necessity.
It was.
My father said that it was just like cash because nobody had any money.
That's right.
And he grew up in that area over there in a little town called Liberty. And he went to the war and he come back and all that changed. And they settled in Big Sandy. But he said it would just, if your neighbor had something, you had something, you'd change a little bit of liquor for it.
Yeah.
Now, your brother Charles, right?
That's right. He's one of
the OGs when it comes to liquor. Now, he went to the jailhouse, to the pokey for making liquor.
That's right.
Now, I heard a story, Harold. Now, we got to find out if this is true. Now, I'm not accusing you of anything. But they say that the day he went to jail, the reason why it was Charles Knight, not Harold Knight, because Harold was homesick. Is anything to that rumor?
Well, it might have been. I don't elaborate on that too much, but I know Charles. He's my brother and
great guy.
Yeah, and he had spent a little time
up in Marion.
Yeah, Marion, Illinois. I was up there last week duck hunting. When I went by there,
my brother been in there.
But anyway.
Well, we won't elaborate long, but that is the rumor
that
day that went, because he's been on my show, told that story, and I said, well, did it? Well, I said, no, Harold was sick that day. And I don't know if that's true or not, Harold. We could say it's a rumor, right?
Could be.
We're going to leave it at could be. Fair enough. Leave it at that.
Let me jump in on this. I've told this story to Charles earlier, but my daddy run moonshine when I was a little girl. Like you said, that was a way of life.
It just was.
And here in Henry County, if you could make it across the Scott Fitzhugh Bridge, you could hit these back roads and you was home free. Mm-hmm. Well, I was probably, 4 years old, 4 or 5, whatever. And my great-grandmother made me a little dress out of feed sacks and made a real fluffy big skirt, big old fluffed out skirt. Well, they took 4-gallon jugs. That was what would fit in the box. Just plain old fruit jar lids, and they painted them white so it looked like milk jugs. Gotcha. And of course, this was way before they ever invented seat belts or car seats or any of that stuff. And had a wooden box. I wanted to think it was a dynamite box, but I don't believe that 4-gallon jugs would fit in. But anyway, it was a wooden box, had a wooden lid on it. And we'd go to Stewart County and get 4-gallon jugs of moonshine, White Lightning, in those white jugs and put that lid on it. And I would sit on the box and fluff my skirts out kind of to cover this.
That's accessory. You know that's accessory, right? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but it's, a lot of times come over that
I understand, but that's accessory.
And he, he didn't tell me this, but I heard him telling somebody else. They said, they ain't a law nowhere in the world that would look under a little girl's skirts for a load of whiskey. And so that I'd make the run, and I felt like the princess because I got to sit up there high and wear my real fluffed out dress, and like I said, whiskey was just a way of life back then. Yeah, I didn't think nothing about it.
Not only, the rumor is not only, Brenda, can Harold makes one of the best game call. He's also can potty train children.
Oh, he is multi-talented now.
I want to hear that.
I'll start it and I'll let Harold finish it. Our youngest grandson, Caleb Orr, and when he was just a little boy, 2 years old, he sat in front of the TV and he watched Knight Hale videos over and over. And he was just a little bit tongue-tied but he called him Howled. Yeah. He couldn't say his R's. And his mama, our daughter Scarlett, was having a terrible time trying to get him to go to the bathroom. He just could not.
It was easier.
I guess. That's the way little boys are. They say they're tough to train. Yeah. But anyway, I told him, I said, I called Harold, and I said, Harold, I've got a little kid I need to bring over there because he thinks – well, he doesn't know that you're real people. He thinks that you're a TV character. Yeah. And he said, bring him on. And so I loaded little Caleb up in his car seat, and we headed over to Katie's. And we walked in, and Harold said, let me have him. Said, you and David go talk hunting, and let me have this kid. So, Harold, I don't know what magic you pulled in there, but it was magic.
Yeah, I told him you got to put them big boy pants on and just talk to him. He was a cute little boy, and I saw him tonight. My Lord. 6'1" or 2.
Yeah, 300 pounds.
Oh my gosh! I said, where'd that little boy go to? But anyway, I guess it worked, didn't it, Brenda?
His mama said he never wet his pants again, ever.
Harold
I
said
didn't threaten him or nothing.
You just told him that David's Knight Hale. What's his first name?
David
Hale. He still has to wear diapers, but you're a big boy. And you don't have to, and you want him to be a big boy. Won't you just tell the whole? That's kind of what happened.
Yeah, he said, David still wets his pants and he has to wear pull-ups. And he said he showed him his band on his underwear, and he said, "But look at me, I wear the big boy underwear now, and you can too if you'll quit wetting in them breeches."
So, are we kind of advertising that Harold can potty train children?
He did.
You might sell 100 of them right off the bat. Might be like one of them Rider magazines comes on. We start potty training children. But what kind of calls you got right here? I want to hear all of this.
Well, I've got different variety of calls. You got to have something for everybody, Mike. Something easy. Yeah. This is just a little simple push and pull call. We call it and it's so easy to use, and it's got.
Put up that mic. This is simple.
Just real simple, soft.
Yeah.
And this is the first call right here. This not this particular call, but this style call was the first call that I ever called a turkey up with and shot.
Wow!
And an old man made one just like that for me, and I said something about on another television show about this, and I bet I got 10 in the mail. People sent me.
Wow!
That made made it, but it's just a little call. You go.
Wow.
I think those same people, I got about 10 of them. Yeah. that was like that.
I didn't know how to call a turkey.
You just put it in your shirt pocket and go.
But The newest thing out is we just had this is the first kind of call that I came out with, a tube call. And we just had this patented just in the past a couple of months.
Wow.
And it's a call that you got a little half moon like this. A little half moon, you can take it in or out. A lot of people like it in.
Right.
But to blow a goose call like this is, you need to leave it out. For a turkey call, you got an option to put it in or out.
Right.
But this is a goose call here.
Wow.
But, and of course the turkey call has got just a little thinner latex on it.
Right.
And a lot of people is using tube calls now and the old trumpet call.
That's right.
Yeah. But this might be a little close to the mic.
You're fine. You're
fine.
You
You're
got
good.
it back.
But anyway, that's
Wow.
a new call just come out. And then you can see that little membrane. I don't know if you can see it with the camera or
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
But I've got it sort of catty corner. You can twist it any way you want to, and it makes a little softer call.
Don't you love that kiki?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, it's a real versatile call, and the name of it is versatile.
Versatile.
Yeah,
Versatile.
Wow.
Versatile.
Where do you come up with these ideas at? I mean,
Well, I thought of that years ago. I said to have the same call where you can make a goose call or a turkey call.
Yeah.
You need to be able to remove that.
Yeah.
So I built it where you could. But
Wow.
some people like to use a turkey call with that in
Yeah.
and with it out. So you got
Versatile.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I get it.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's
That right
terrific.
there is really absolutely
that was the goose call. There.
wow. So you sold your hunting property, so you could buy the machine to make this injected motor right here.
Not that particular one.
No, I know
but
what you're
one
saying.
like
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I
Not
did.
just yeah.
No,
That's
well,
what,
I was when I sold my property, I already had one of the molds made,
right.
but it didn't take long to run out of money. So I had to have the deer mold is where I sold the property.
Right, but
And-
the injected molding is this right here, the
Yeah,
plastic part.
that is not injected mold.
Right.
That is made on a lathe. It's made out of a product called Durion or something. It's real hard.
Right.
And
Wow.
I do have them molded. I've molded thousands and thousands. of
Right.
them.
So all these, go ahead, Brenda.
But when he started, it was little plastic pill bottles or those little dime snuff cans.
That's right.
with a
Root
condom
and snuff.
With a condoms. I mean, with latex.
What's out? See, he done went down that road already. I knew he's going.
I'm sorry, but wow, and all these years later, and you're still coming up with new products.
Well, yeah,
Because
I
you
think
use it every day.
It's lots of new products that will be come out in the future. Just
Right.
just mark that down. It's
Yeah.
always people thinking and coming up with new stuff.
Yeah,
But
but
here's an old product. Back years ago, when we used to have quail.
Yeah.
We don't have quail.
Ain't no
in
quail, no,
Tennessee,
ain't no
Tennessee
quail,
or
uh-uh.
Kentucky hardly. Very few.
that was fun back then.
But I made quail called and sold them. They made out of brass. It's hard to make. But anyway, I still use that to turkey hunt with. And it's, to go like a quail, a quail will go, the hen quail, and the bob white will go. But that's not what I make a turkey. I make him gobble going like a red-tailed hawk, that high-pitched sound like. So I use that as a locator call. And that's when, and I don't make those anymore. And
wow, can I see that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to blow it, but that is that right there
and
hit a
you
spot.
You inhale on that. You don't exhale. You
Right.
inhale.
How in the hell did you ever think of that?
I didn't. Another man thought of that, and
I mean, you just not butting in, but you just. I mean, to make that call to work, that's a lot of work in there just to make that thing
That's
work.
right.
God, there's more to it.
A lot of perfection right there.
Oh,
a lot
man.
of perfection.
But anyway, that's an old call. One of the calls.
That's pretty cool. I like that. You don't hear Bob White. I used to love to
No,
hear them
I
things.
love to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
God,
Like you.
yeah, had the
Or
windows
walking
up.
through the woods and all of a sudden you run up on them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've had the hell scared out of me
I'll
with
tell
them
you,
damn
man,
quail
quail
coming. Yeah,
yeah.
you go walk across the field and a cubby quail come up. That's woo, just scared me to plumb down to my britches, boy.
But anyway, that's some of the calls. You know, we at one time we had about 275 calls we manufactured, different calls.
Wow.
From a bear call to a moose call to.
So you hunted all the animals with your calls?
Well, most of them, yeah.
Wow. So you knew what the sounds they was making. You just tried to mimic it in a call.
Tried to, I might not, if I didn't know exactly what maybe some species sound like until I got to hunt them. Elk hunting, this is my I killed my 32nd elk this year.
Wow.
And I've got to hunt elk, and I learned the sounds of elk, and I really like that. I like the elk hunt.
Oh, that sound is something right there on a cold morning. Hear that sound of them elk. That's something.
A lot of the people that I have elk hunted with would use an old radiator hose.
That's right.
Wow.
Off of a car, an old radiator hose. Really?
Yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah.
But y'all did a lot of shows together. There's got to be some crazy stories that you can wind him up on here.
Well, let me tell you.
It always starts out good.
Here we go.
Now, this one it's sad, but it was funny after it was over. Bass Pro was going to film. They wanted me to do a hunt up there at their place, and
he's already laughing.
And so the day before the camera guy got there and all that, I went on up and Harold and I went and set stands. And when we would film then, we'd put the cameraman up above the hunter, and he had a camera arm, and that's back when we had these 50-pound cameras.
Not like what we got around here.
Oh, huge.
And
all the battery packs and the arms and the safety harnesses and on and on and on. I mean, it was a production to get all of us up in a tree, and we had a plan every time. The camera dude, and this one, I filmed with him for years, and he was a great big guy. Didn't hunt, but was meticulous with his camera equipment and everything. And if I told him, climb this tree, he'd start digging in the bark. He was not a woods person. But Harold and I went and set stands. We call them double hung stands, where he's in one position, I'm in the other, so he can get the deer and all that stuff. Well, before he came in that afternoon and had all of this leased camera equipment, Bass Pro, we was running hard, and they would lease from Nikon or wherever. And so early the next morning, here we go trudging. I'm running up on the ridge, and he's packing, looked like a pack mule, and I don't remember if I was rifle hunting or bow hunting or whatever, and so he goes up the ladder in the dark. I'm shining the light up the tree, and the whole plan is for him to get up there and get strapped in and throw the rope down, and I'll tie it, piece of equipment. He'll pull it up, put it on, send the rope down. I do the camera, on and on and on. Well, he goes up there, and I'm hearing bark scratching. It's pitch dark, and he's 6'4" and 300 pounds, and he's up above my head. And all of a sudden, I hear and he's done fell out of the tree and is coming at me. And I'm thinking, I'll break the fall, I'll catch him. And closer he got, the bigger he got, and he said, I ain't no way. He'd pound me in the ground, and I just backed up. And
you boarded that mission, didn't you?
And there was lots of leaves. It was up on a hardwood ridge, and he hit the ground and just just dead fall. And I'm thinking, Jesus. Oh my gosh, he didn't even have time to, we wear safety harnesses, didn't have time to strap it in or nothing. And I'm doing the flashlight looking for blood, and there was no blood. And he's moaning, and I thought, well, he ain't dead, but I don't know how bad he is, And we didn't have cell phones at that time or anything. So finally I said, Ken, can you get up? He said, I don't know. And finally got him up, and I got him on I said, lean on me, dude. I'll get you out of these woods. And it still ain't daylight, and we go hobbling off down the ridge, and he fell on the camera. I knew there was something about, and there was pieces just went everywhere of this, $10,000.
Oh, yeah.
Or $50,000. I don't remember. It was
today's money, $250,000. Go ahead.
Yeah, all over. just pieces and parts all over that hill in those leaves. Well, I get him down to the truck. We go back to the lodge, and he says, I'm going to live. But we call Springfield, Missouri, where the production house was, and they said, get him to the doctor. Well, you don't find a doctor before daylight in Cadiz, Kentucky. but anyway.
Sometimes after daylight.
I got you.
So anyway, we when Harold got up, or whenever first time I seen him, I said, "Whoo, we've messed up." I said, "One, Ken's done fell out of the tree up here. We've done tore up this leased camera." And what they told me when I called the office, they said, get a box and find all the parts you can find and pitch them in there, and we'll overnight you another camera. But that day, I told him, I said, Ken, today is the day you learn to use a climbing stand. And we wore every bit of the bark off their shade trees in the yard. I had an old man climbing stand, and I said, he'd get about shoulder high, and I said, own up, dude, you're going to have to climb way high on this, but you won't be falling out. You're attached to the tree. Right. And so.
Wow. Did it end up hurting him?
No.
Wow. What time do y'all have to get into the woods with doing all this climbing?
Oh,
you before daylight.
Yeah, but a long time.
A long time. Yeah, it's an hour of nearly of just getting set up and getting everything ready.
It's like hunting with Bob Cathy. He always said, I'll come pick you up at dark 30. I mean, I thought he had died one night. I was out at his hunting farm hunting, and it got dark. And then the moon come out and the stars come out, and I'm looking. I said, "Has Bob died somewhere? I don't know where I'm at. He's dropped me off in the middle of nowhere on that big farm he's got out there, and it's about well, it gets dark right at 5 around here, right? This is during hunting season. About 6:30, 6:45, I finally hear him coming, and I done got up there in that box stand, so that's where I'm gonna be till daylight because I can't walk out. I don't know where I'm at. He just turned me around and finally come and got me. So I can imagine getting up in the morning. Going out there, you got to get there before daylight. You got to get everything all up in them trees. That's got to be awful. That's work.
Dang right, it's work.
You don't get much sleep.
No.
And, when we're rolling like that, you do not get sleep. Is just not there. I want to say something about the Knight Hale calls. Do you remember Lynn Hayes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Tater's dad.
Yeah. Tater's dad. One of my very best friends, knew him from the time I was a little kid. He came to me one time and he said, I want to kill a turkey. You know, Lynn he hunted, everything was serious about it. He said, I've chased them for all these years, and I ain't never been able to kill a turkey. Would you take me turkey hunting? And, of course, all the old Oak Grove gravel pits, that's where I was raised, and they mined gravel down there. And I said, I sure will. You know, let's meet before daylight. There's a bunch of turkeys down there around them gravel pits. But they had come out with the old yeller slate call. And so we went and sat down, and I showed it. He said, now I can't call. And I said, you can call this one. It's easy. It's simple. If you can write your name, you can hold a striker, and you can play this old yeller. Well, he got to yammering around on it a little bit, and lo and behold, you know, here he got him a turkey. And, and he went crazy after. He was a turkey hunting nut after that. I mean, he chased them hard every which way, every day. You couldn't hardly find him at work. He'd be out
turkey hunting.
Yeah,
hey, that's great. You know,
when he died, he in his casket right now, he has an old yeller turkey call and a big old tail feather. That was the last. I mean, he had a line plumb out of the funeral home down the street, and all. You know, you never seen such a crowd to turn out at his funeral.
Did you know him?
Did I?
Oh, I rode 3-wheelers with him.
Yeah,
we rode them Yamahas. We rode them yellow Yamahas.
He was so hopped up. I mean, that was the only turkey call he had ever used.
Yeah, you heard of J.R. Hayes Construction? Big construction company. That was who that was. And Tater, before he opened up his new restaurant out here, he sold his construction company, and Tater's his son. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know why, but he took his money and invested in another damn job. He used to come in here and help me with me and Ricky a lot, but now he's got a
went
restaurant.
Back to work.
He went back to work. Yeah.
It's a hobby.
He's a great guy. Yeah. You know, he would be. That to me, knowing them, that Hayes family, the J.R. Hayes family is good people. To have that in your casket says a lot about your call. Does it not, Brenda?
It does.
Yeah.
something that I want Harold to talk about a little bit. Another local guy called me this weekend, Tommy Scarber.
Yes, sir.
And Tommy was one of the original members of the Paris Rod and Gun Club. And he said, you know, I'd love to see y'all and everything, but said, please ask Harold if he remembers coming to Bull Durham's, the restaurant on the lake down there. Him and David came because the Paris Rod and Gun Club met and had a little banquet there. And Bill Dyer from Uncle Lee's, he set it up. And Tommy, he said, nicest people I ever met in my life. And I cannot even imagine how long that's been. It's probably been 50 years ago, I guess.
Bull Durham been gone forever.
I know. And this was way before that when Bill Dyer was getting started. And he wanted me to ask Harold if he remembered him.
I remember him well, yeah.
He may be watching tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
I remember you, I guarantee you.
Oh, yeah. I got a Chris Dowdy said, ask Harold about the Fred Bear eras. Do you know what that's talking about?
I sure do.
What's he talking about?
Yeah. I know Chris too.
Right. And somebody said, I also might be able to talk Brenda out of her pickle recipe.
Oh, that's Chris Dowdy. Yeah. I make pickles every year and put them in a churn. They're called smokehouse pickles.
Right.
And
Did you bring us a sample?
Well, I can. I got
Well, not tonight.
No, I didn't
hell.
tonight. I didn't know there was no pickle eaters
I
up
heard
here.
Jody Ogle's one of my sponsors of the show. He's got a heating and air company. He says he has one of the first 2 goose calls that you ever made. It says Knight Game Calls on it instead of Knight Hale. You know what he's talking about?
That's the very first. It's made out of wood, which I think it is. Don't let anybody talk you out of it because they're selling for a lot of money.
Did you hear that, Jody?
I need to check when I get home.
I'm talking about it.
Jody called me wanting to come up here.
Yeah,
he wanted to come up here and meet you and get you to sign this thing. So I don't know where you's at, Jody. You can answer back if you're still watching, but you should have come up here. You heard what he said. Don't get rid of it. So there was some, it said Knight on it.
It's not. I need to check.
Wow. What year would that have been made, you think?
That would have been made in the very beginning. Yeah,
right.
In the first couple of years, I'd say.
Wow. So you whittled your own
wood?
No,
I had somebody that had a wooden lathe that did that.
Right.
And
there's a lot of process.
And it wasn't very many of those made. That's the reason it's so...
right. Do you have any left? One left?
I do, but very few. I have a lot of collectors call me real often, wanting to know. One of them's a friend of Brenda and I, Bob
Bolter.
Yeah, it's one of the nicest guys you ever meet from Ohio. And he comes by. He loves to come by and look at some of the old stuff. He's got a big collection, one of the biggest collections in the United States of game calls and a collection of our calls.
Right.
Yeah.
He makes magnificent calls.
Absolutely fantastic box calls.
Where he used a lot of exotic wood, but where he lives, they don't have holly. And I said, holly just grows around here, just wild. It's not anything. So Barney and I have got out and cut him holly logs and of course it doesn't get too big. Yeah, and brought them out. And he now is making holly calls out of some Henry County holly.
Wow, that'll make it worth a lot. Henry County holly. Yeah. This is where Jesus is coming back to, Henry County. But he's really going to hit Hico.
That's where out there, right?
She's on Weininger Road out there in that area.
Yeah, but I was in Hico.
I know you was. You know where we was neighbors for a while.
I know that.
And she got rich.
You was killing all the deer, and I had to move.
I know. But see, I'm still, the poor folks still live in a little town called Hico. Is just an old wide place in the road, but I still keep it alive because it was a great place to live. You was out there for a long time. I go by your place, and your neighbor across the road, I think they're moving out here. Your old neighbor, the policeman used to live across. I think they got their place for sale. So I don't know none of the new people out there. Jody said he got this call from Crockett Mathis. You know Crockett Mathis?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's where he got that call from. So it's old. Crockett Mathis has been gone for a while, hasn't he?
And he collected everything. I mean, knives and guns and calls and anything outdoors. He was a big collector.
Wow. I've kept y'all longer than I said I would, but good times just fly by.
Yeah.
We got some pictures I want to show here, and you got some pictures you want to dig out. Show you want to show some of them pictures, and as he's doing that, Harold, we're gonna push some of your pictures out if you got some. Go ahead, Kevin. Run them through, Kevin. Tell me about that.
Well, that was my. I killed that elk this year, and that's the reason I showed that. I probably won't get the elk hunting much more. The place that where I killed that elk was sold this year, but that was my 32nd bull elk I'd killed, and that's right south of Raton, New Mexico. Right. And I loved elk hunt. Elk hunt is one of my second favorites.
If you can still tromp up and down them darn mountains elk hunt, Harold, you're in a hell of good shape.
Well, let me tell you something. I've never seen anything in my life so free, so dang hard to get as that air and them.
Yeah,
living 12,000 feet.
Oh, it's awful. It's like you pay for every breath.
What I did over the years, I found easier places, more forgiving.
Yeah.
And the older I got, I'm looking for them more forgiving places.
Like the old man looking for a shade tree, right?
That's exactly right.
Wow, that's a big elk too. Yeah. Now, who's this young man right here with you?
That's the little boy that we
potty trained.
So
there you go. When he starts potty training, that's going to be on the book. When Harold writes a book about potty training, that's going to be the cover of the book, right, Harold?
Yeah,
I'd be proud of that.
This boy a while ago, I couldn't believe he's a big boy. I'm talking about.
Well, and for the local people that's watching, that's Caleb Orr, works for L.I. Smith. People played football here at Henry County and all that. Yep, that was him when he was just the little man, wore camo all the time.
Would you have knew him if he hadn't told who he was? You wouldn't have knew who that boy was, would you?
Absolutely not. Look here. Look at that young man, got all that camouflage on. You could tell he's going to be a hunter.
He's going to be a hunter. That's great. Yeah. Where we at here?
Look here.
This is David, my partner for 50 plus years, and of course Brenda and myself. I think we was on the General Jackson at one of the events for the Legends Outdoors when we took that picture.
Wow.
And I'll have to say that Harold and David were in the very first group that was inducted into the Legends of the Outdoors.
Wow, that's great, man. And where we at right here? Look like you're coming out of a boat or what?
Well, that was on the General Jackson. Gotcha. Every year they would have the induction ceremonies. They have them at Bass Pro in Springfield, Missouri now.
Right.
But they did have them in Nashville.
That was cool on General Lee. That was cool, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I
it wouldn't hold them all now. It's a huge event. Gary Mason, here in Henry County. Okay.
Yeah, I got you. But I'm saying how cool that was. Go ahead. Oh, look at there. That's a well-known guy.
Yeah, Hank's been a friend of mine for
Hank Parker.
I did 2 shows with him this year, fishing shows, and he told me how many years, I believe it's been 30-something years we've done fishing shows together.
Wow.
And a few hunting shows, but Hank's been a friend of mine for years.
And I'm going to tell you, he is a good man.
He is. He was good friends with, I think, Dale Earnhardt.
He was.
He fished it when you said the leukemia tournament down here. He'd fish it.
Yeah.
Dale was best friends with Johnny Morris, and I worked for Johnny Morris for 25 years.
Yeah, Johnny Morris,
And so,
Dale Earnhardt and Johnny Morris from they kind of told NASCAR what to do back in the day. They had so much pull with NASCAR, and that's great because it was a sport that they kind of brung it up. Mm-hmm. Where we at right here? And who are this?
Well, that's a turkey hunt. We took a whole group. He was talking.
There is Bigfoot. There he is.
I know. You asked me earlier what the whole job description was. Yeah. On this one, we had a group of women outdoor riders from all over the country come in, the NRA and the big papers in Detroit and everywhere. And we were guiding. This is at Harold's brother's place. And I was there guiding and Harold.
Harold, that's a big old boy.
Let me tell you something. He's full grown.
He was not pulled green.
No, sir. He didn't get the hind tit growing up. Look at that. He's a big old guy right there. No, he has to wear overalls or a 2-man pup tent because Richie won't fit him. He's a huge guy. Look at Brett. How little you look beside that guy. Harold, look at you over there.
He's got to be 6'7", 6'8".
He's got to be. Damn, there is Bigfoot. Go ahead. I got to take that back. Go ahead. Look at Barney.
That's old Barney there.
Yeah.
That's Barney. That's Brenda's husband.
I don't know where that was at.
Indianapolis at the Archery Trade Association show. We was up there working on it, and I just had shoulder surgery, and that was one of those trade shows.
That's great. Look at there. Where y'all at there?
That looks like Harper Lynn Hotel or.
No, that was last August at the
Springfield,
Legends
Missouri.
at the
Where now?
banquet hall at Bass Pro in Springfield, Missouri.
Oh, where they took it to after they left to General Lee, right? Is that what you were saying?
That's where the ceremony has been moved for about 5 years.
Yeah.
now.
That's what.
Yes.
After you come off the General Lee, that's where you're. Okay, I
Yes.
got you.
Mm-hmm.
There's Brenda kissing on Mr. Hale.
That's David. Yeah, that's up at his place.
Is his
a
health
couple of
not
years
doing
ago.
very well
No,
right now?
David has had Parkinson's.
Oh,
and he's
Jesus.
struggling with that. But I tell you what, I wouldn't be a bit surprised. He's tough as guy I ever been around my life. He will turkey hunt, I guarantee you, this year.
Yeah. Well, I imagine.
Yeah.
You know, when it's bred into you like it, that's great, man. You know, the partnerships, I've had a few over the years, and it's tough to find a partner that you can stay partners with. But y'all have been partners for how many years?
50 plus years.
How's that even possible?
Well,
you know what I'm saying? That don't happen, does it, Brenda? Partnership.
Yes, it does, because I've been a partner with this guy over here for 53 and a half years.
But him and Mr. Hale ain't married.
Well,
but they probably get along better than a lot of married
the thing
folks.
about it is, my stepson married his daughter, so we have grandkids.
Okay.
We share.
So y'all got.
You remember we live in Kentucky.
Yeah.
Brothers first.
The marriages can be a little bit lenient up there, right? We had another picture I think we skipped. Okay. We got a website here we want to put up here. Tell us, Knight Hale, what all we got coming up here now? New for 26. Y'all got everything going on now.
Yeah, we got a lot going on coming up this year.
You look at there, everything. Calls, clothes. Wow. Now
that's a moonshiner. That ain't got nothing to do with moonshine whiskey. I didn't name that, but that's a real popular call.
Now it says, I roll that back just a minute. It says a crystal surface favorite of Knight Hale fans and Harold Knight himself.
Yeah.
There's something we need to know about you and liquor you ain't talked about, Harold.
Well, that's moonshine. Moonshiner.
Yeah, it's in the family.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool right there. Y'all got a lot of new products coming out.
That we quit making that, and it's such a demand for it to come back. They had to start making it again.
Oh yeah. It's hard not to when you got something that works and people like it, and they're going to lose it, they're going to break it. You know,
Well, there's another generation coming along.
That's
right.
And,
That's right.
And they need good calls too.
There's nothing that makes me more mad to find something you really like and you go back and they don't make it no more. That's always me.
That's the reason you buy two. When you find something you like, you just get two of them.
Yeah. Well, I tried that on Wise one time, but they didn't like each other. So
I do it
didn't work
on
out.
boots and breeches and stuff.
Yeah. Wow. There's a lot on this website other than just calls. There's a lot of.
We have a woman that used to do the social media for NASCAR.
Yeah.
That does it for us now. She does a fantastic job. I mean,
There's Old Yeller.
Yeah.
Old Yeller, right?
That's a new call for this year. It's a box call.
Wow, coming out new.
Yeah.
You can notify when it's in stock.
Yeah.
The old yeller I was talking about was a ceramic pot call.
That was the most popular call we probably.
Did you design that one? The
I did
original?
not. I did not.
Made in the USA, handmade.
Hallelujah. Yes.
I love to see that.
I do too.
That's worth double that money just made in America.
Yes.
You just can't pay enough for American product.
Yeah.
That is great. That is absolutely. I have had a great time here. Any more stories that Brenda that we can get
you
out
was
of?
talking about NASCAR and Dale Earnhardt and all that, but just for the record, I was there when Richard Childers killed his first turkey. Yeah, we were over in Missouri, and there was a group of us, and he said, I've lion hunted, I've killed all this exotic stuff, and they called a turkey in, and he shot it, and it had 3 beards. And he said, this is an omen because...
the number 3.
Yes. He said,
I seen it right off the bat.
He said, this is Dale's number, and the next week, I think it was Talladega, was coming up. And he said, this is a sign. He said, this 3-bearded turkey, the first turkey I've ever shot in my life, he says, more exciting than anything I've ever killed. And he said, Dale's going to win this race. And he did.
Wow. Harold, who's some of the people that you had the pleasure of hunting with over the years?
Oh
Some big
my
names?
gosh!
It's so many of them, man.
Yeah,
You're well known.
One of them was named Knight, and I'll be honest with you, I never did like him till I met him.
Oh, I loved him.
Coach Bob Knight.
No,
Bobby
not
Knight,
that one.
get you a chair. Let's throw it.
And Bob got to be a real close friend of mine, and we hit it off good. I met him in Illinois. I was up on a place one time, and being my name's Knight, he called me Coach. And anyway, I can make him mad, but he'd get over it.
Yeah.
With me, pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because I had something he wanted. He said, I want you to help me in my calling. If you'll help me in my calling, I'll talk basketball all you want. And we would. But he knew I was a Kentucky fan, and he hated Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't mind telling me that.
Yeah.
And I said, Bob, the reason you don't like Kentucky because we beat you. Anyway, we had a lot of fun together. Bob come and hunted with me a million times, and I got to tell one Bob Knight story.
Tell it. That's what we want to do.
One time we was in Tennessee down at Earl Bent's, who's the boat, made the Triton boat, and he's got Camus now.
Right.
We was hunting, and David was filming, and Bob was a big guy. He's 6'4" or 5.
Yeah.
Or 5 or 6. And I told Bob, I said, hiding you is outside is like hiding a Volkswagen. So I had to have a blind. I put him in a blind, and he was sitting there with one of these little calls like this, and he was just going squawking. He just squawking. I mean, some awful sound. He said, Coach, how's that sound? I said, sounds terrible. I hadn't got it out of my mouth. The turkey answered it. He looked at me, and I looked at him. He done it again, a sorry call again. He made one just sorry. Yeah. All kinds of squeaks, and that turkey gobbled again. Make a long story short, he strutted right around in front of the blind and shot and killed it, and looked at me and said, you don't know a damn thing about turkey.
That just hit that turkey just right, didn't it?
That's right.
You've hunted with a lot of these people, I'm sure, with your calls and stuff, and you've been blessed to make these friends, man.
Yeah, you make a lot of lifetime friends. When you hunt.
Yeah.
Hunting is. You make a lot of friends.
You do. Yeah. And enemies. You can make enemies. Yeah, you bet.
I'm going to honestly say, I've been in the game call business and know about everybody in it.
Yeah.
The people that owns the companies.
Yeah.
Like I've got.
Yeah.
I don't know a single one of them I dislike. I like every one of them. And I tell every one of them, I hope you sell everything you make.
That's right.
And because I'm going to tell you something, Brenda can tell you this. We in an industry, but it's a small industry.
Yes, it is.
It's tough, ain't it?
We don't need to be running people down. Mm-mm. We need to be building people up.
Thank you, Jesus. I say that in my industry. There's nothing that all us auto repair businesses that don't need to run each other down. That don't help nobody. You're making the other guy look bad, and you're making yourself look bad by doing it.
Absolutely.
I'd say if that guy worked on your car, he made a mistake. He's human. He didn't make it. He didn't break it. He's just trying to fix it. Go back and give that man a chance to fix it. I agree with you, Harold. Yeah. That right there, brother, is something I preach we need to stop at. I don't know why. That's just people do that, though. But don't. If you have to be, if I had to beat you down to sell my product must not be no good.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate a man that thinks that way. I think that comes with experience and age. I think that's where you learn that from. But I do not. My employees, they don't talk bad about other shops around me. I won't have it.
So don't you feel like that is key to your success, or a major key?
It is.
Yes.
It is. But it's
having that attitude.
It is, because we all make mistakes. Every call this man made didn't work perfect.
No.
Every car I fixed didn't turn out perfect, but you go back and you fix it. So the next guy that maybe fixed that car that the customer's complaining about, don't run him down. Give him a chance to fix it. He's only human. The only perfect one was Jesus. We hung him on a cross.
That's right.
So what everything, Ricky, everything you ever did, and it took me years to learn that.
We're not perfect. We're not.
I think it comes with maybe when I woke up one day and kind of matured. Does that make sense? But I didn't used to always feel that way, but I learned that. Harold, help me out here. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir. I made a point years ago. If I can't say something good about them, don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing about it. Right.
Yeah, I know.
Walk away.
I will say that. If my close friends, I might do a little bit. My close friend probably say, I ain't the damn Mike I know. Yeah, if I know you and we run around together, I might say, stay away from so-and-so. You will too. But if I ever say, yeah, I know him, and don't have something else to say, there's probably a reason. Right?
Right on, brother. You're right on target.
I'm going to tell y'all something before we go. Everybody that comes on my show, Brent, I don't think I ever made you one. Everybody wants to know, because you're in the Brewer Street Mafia Studios. You do know that, right? That's the name of this studio.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you are. And everybody wants to know, can I become a member of the Mafia? And me being the Godfather, I have to vet you. And it takes me an hour and a half in this case to make sure I think you're worthy to become a member of the Brewer Street Mafia. And I think y'all both are probably deserve it more than anybody ever get. So I'm going to make you, I'm going to make you an official member of the Brewer Street Mafia.
Thank you so much.
Now, what it says on the back, it says official member of the Brewer Street Mafia. So that right there in 5 pennies will get you a nickel.
Only Mike's going to do that, okay?
But you can keep that in your pocket. I give that to my guests if I like you, and make you an official member of the Brewer Street Mafia. So when you leave here, you just show it to the police. You can run 100 mile an hour through town. Just show them that thing. I don't know if I'd do that or not. But anyway,
I've been hearing about this Mafia, and I wondered how you got in.
That's how you're in. You're the official member. Both of y'all are.
Thank you.
And I appreciate y'all. Harold, I have really enjoyed it. Anything else you want to say? Brenda, you want to wind him up on any more thing before we let y'all go?
Oh, I don't want to embarrass him.
You're not going to embarrass Harold.
Yeah.
But I got your brother. He's going to come down to my little place in Henry, and he's going to turkey hunt. And I told him, I said, do you like crappie and brim? He said, yes. I said, we're going to cook you some crappie and brim. He's going to come, because I don't get to turkey hunt. I stay busy with this show and other things that I do. You can understand.
I understand.
When you're
brother.
busy, I don't get to. I try to deer hunt. Don't get to hunt as much as I want to, but I've got a little hunting place that I put together over the years down in Henry. Got a little cabin and stuff down there we hang out at, and I'm going to invite your brother, because he reminds me, when you look at him, Danny can tell you, he reminds me of Dale Earnhardt in the way he smiles in his face. Your brother does. He looks like. So I invited him to come down, and you're
he's
invited
a good turkey hunter.
You're invited to come too. I know you would laugh at my place, compared to, I've seen some of y'all, because Jimmy gave me a tour over there one day, and I'm going to tell y'all, son.
I went up there last week.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my son drove from Memphis. He said, Daddy.
Oh, yeah. I would love that little cabin in the back by the pond back here. I don't know what it's called where we're at. I'm not going to say, but you know what I'm talking about. That's heaven.
We've done lots of TV shows there.
I can believe it.
Oh, yeah. He told me some people have been back there, some stars and stuff in back.
Lots of people been there.
But I have really enjoyed it. Brenda, have you had a good time?
You know I have.
Oh,
Heck
yeah. Yeah, me and her have
right.
fun.
But I was just going to say, if you can't put him on a turkey, I can.
There you go. Brenda knows how to turkey.
I got a little farm over there on Clear Creek.
You do? Well, I'll tell him in the back he's got 2 places, and he got a guide. I'm not a turkey guy.
Well, he don't need no guide. He just needs to be turned loose.
Probably true. But I'm going to hook him up on that. But, Harold, I really appreciate it.
Mike, I appreciate it. Ricky, enjoyed meeting you too.
Yes, I've heard your name, but I never did know who you were.
Well, this Ricky Price is a good friend of mine. He is the vice president of Pepsi Mid-America. He says he's just a chief bottle washer, but he does it all. Ricky started out, tell your story, Ricky. You started out delivering, didn't you? Working in a warehouse.
High school. I was a kid and needed to make money. Helped a guy on a truck, $5 a day. It's 13 years of age.
Yeah.
History later, I'm still here.
How long you been with Pepsi?
Are you here in Paris?
I live in McKenzie.
Okay.
How long you been with Pepsi now?
3.
53 years.
It's a hobby.
The man that owns the corporation will probably sell Pepsi before he'll let Ricky go home.
He hired me. Yeah, that's true.
The original man, his name is
Harry Chris.
Well, you ain't much of a salesman if you can't sell Pepsi.
That's right.
I have to sell myself. Pepsi sells, you can sell the product, but you got to build that relationship.
That's right.
What you've done.
That's exactly what we've been talking about. That's what you've got.
You got to have a relationship. We got to connect the dots and build that relationship. Yeah. And it don't happen if you don't have a relationship.
But staying with somebody, I bet it's working for someone 50-something years. He pulls up the shop one day up there, driving a brand new Cadillac. I said, what are you doing? He said, all this belongs to the boss. I had to go pick it up for him. I said, you do all that, so I do anything that needs to be done. That's the kind of guy that stays with a place for 53 years.
Absolutely.
That's hard to find this day and time.
Yeah.
Well, Harold, Brenda, Ricky, I appreciate all of y'all. I really
I've
enjoyed
enjoyed
it. Was it okay tonight?
Fine. I enjoyed it very much. Anytime I'm talking about hunting, fishing, and around friends like Brenda Valentine, I have a good time.
Hey, I feel, just being in y'all's presence, growing up, watching the shows and know Brenda my entire life.
I'm doing flashbacks.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen.
Yeah, and using your calls.
Yeah.
And then I had an opportunity to get you on here, and I said, man, who in their right mind would not want Brenda Valentine and Harold Knight at the same time talk about hunting? I mean, you'd have to be an idiot not to want that. I've enjoyed it, and I hope we become good friends. And the door's always open anytime you want to come back. If you want to come back and say, part 2, Mike, I got something I want to talk about.
Appreciate that, Mike.
Door's already open. Yeah. All right, folks, there you go. We've been talking with Harold Knight from Knight Hale Game Calls. Brenda Valentine, she is the first lady of hunting. You heard it from Harold himself. She's not only a hunter and not only a woman hunter, but she is a good hunter, no matter what gender you want to put her under. Nowadays, there's just men and women. We're going to leave it there. But I've enjoyed this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to help me, Ricky.
That's all it is. Okay?
Yeah, it's all it is. But when you get it from Harold Knight and telling you that she's an excellent hunter, it means something. I've really enjoyed this show tonight. I hope you have too. Hey, we got some other great shows coming up next week. Let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. Remember I told you about Gary Wayne Sutton. He's on death row. These shows right here is kind of tough to do. He's accused of something they're saying he didn't do. And I talked to this man live on the phone the first time he'd ever had an interview in 35 years on death row. His girlfriend is coming back, Miss Carolyn Weaver, and some others coming in. They've got some new stuff they want to talk about. I don't know if the governors might do something. I don't know. We're going to find out. She said, Mike, would you please let us come on? I said, yes, I'll do that, because I do believe that there is some innocence. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, and I don't know. I do believe in law and order. I 100% believe in it. But also it can have a little bit of mistake in it, and I want to make sure that when we're doing these, putting these people to death, that we do the right people. I don't want to make sure nobody falls through the cracks. So if I can do anything to make sure that this is done the correct way, I want to do what I can. So tune in next Tuesday. We're going to talk again, find out, to make sure that they've extinguished everything they can, because a human being is going to lose his life in about 11 months. I want to just do my part to make sure this is done right. So you don't want to miss that show. And also, don't forget Miami versus Indiana next week on Sunday, January the 18th on Sportscast Live with Jeremy Buckaloo, Will Jelks, Josh Greer, and Kenna Buckaloo's going to be in here. That's Jeremy, the host, his daughter, and she is a pistol. I'm telling you, she knows what's going on. You need to tune in and watch this show and find out what's going on when they break it down. Hey, don't forget, come over to Tennessee Informer. It's going to be Control by Design, Real ID, What You Need to Know. Karen Bracken and Twyla Brace is going to be here talking with Dave Vance about Control by Design. That's coming on Monday, January 19th, 7 p.m. on the Tennessee Informer. I want to thank all my group in the back. I want to thank you, the viewer, for watching us. If you haven't done it yet, reach over, find that follow button, find that share button, and run us up the flagpole. We need to grow this show more and more and more. We're on all the podcast platforms. You can find us anywhere. And tell your friends and tell your family. I want to thank Ricky Price, my great friend over here. Ricky, appreciate you coming in, brother.
Mike, it's always a pleasure.
Keep doing what you do, brother. Keep bringing those Pepsis, and we'll keep drinking them, right? We'll drink them. Hey, and I want to congratulate the winner tonight. She won her from Pepsi Mid-America. Tell her what game it is there, Ricky. I can't say I ain't got my glasses.
It's 28th.
It's a 28th. Illinois State versus Murray State. That's going to be a great game, and you got 2 tickets going to the planetarium, all from our friends at Pepsi Mid-America. And Ricky Price, you don't want to miss it. Hey, he's a great friend of mine. Congratulations to the winner. I want to thank my crew in the back, Kevin Keel, Scott Norwood, and Dana Allen, because I couldn't do what I do without them in the back. I got the easy job. Them guys in the back are the brains and all the good stuff. I just sit here and be a trophy boyfriend. And that's Hard.
We're gonna leave that alone right now.
Look at all of them looking at me.
We're gonna leave that alone.
That's
tonight.
a hard job. Harold, can you understand how hard it is being a trophy boyfriend?
Yeah.
It's tough.
I'm like Ricky. I ain't going very far there.
Hey, we're gonna leave that alone, okay?
Well, I mean, I can say this because I got all these guards back here guarding me. We got the sheriff in the back and all them people, so I feel safe. But you know, they're going to be one day. Won't be around. All right, folks, tune in next week, same time, same place. Help me out, and like I always say, don't be late. There you go, guys.
The Mike Weatherford Show is recorded live in the Brewer Street Mafia Studios in downtown Paris. A Kill Media, Brewer Street Mafia Productions.